NBC5 investigates, and tonight the team is looking at the war that was supposed to take about 5 weeks that is now about to enter 5 months of action.
In Iran, there is no end in sight, as all-out war has many experts tonight forecasting the imminent future in Iran. Our investigative reporter Chuck Goudie joining us now with late details. Chuck.
Allison, Stefan, across Iran tonight, the roadblocks to peace are evident. As 10 straight days of U.S. airstrikes have targeted bridges and public infrastructure, while other blockades have been built along the road to a negotiated peace. Bombarded bridges are the result of war crimes, according to Iranian officials. The White House promising more of the attacks, and the American attacks are escalating, leading to questions about what's next and how it can ever end. U.S. missiles from battleships in the Gulf and American bombers launched off of aircraft carriers are lighting up the landscape in Iran night after night, repeating an offensive strategy that was supposed to produce a swift military campaign against Iran and hasn't.
The thing that has changed now is we're starting to see more airstrikes against civilian facilities as well. Now, these are civilian facilities such as bridges, power stations, that the Trump administration is claiming are also used for military purposes. And that's important because that is the key for determining whether such strikes could be classified as a war crime.
Iran has been very, very badly damaged.
President Trump says airstrikes that continued on Monday night are in retaliation for the deaths of these 2 American soldiers and a third who died during an incident in Iraq.
We feel very badly, but you know, those great people, those great patriots were out there fighting that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon.
There's the possibility of ground troops being used to take Karg Island. Karg Island is this key island in the Gulf that is used to really control the traffic going through the Strait of Hormuz. And there's been speculation that there might be an attempt to try to take that island. The problem with that is that to do that, you are now putting ground troops directly in harm's way, and that would be a big escalation of the conflict.
For now, the escalation is by Iran, lobbing rockets and sending drones to nearby Jordan and Kuwait, attacks on ships in the Strait of Hormuz, and on U.S. military installations in the region that have now wounded at least 100 American service members, according to late word from the Pentagon, although most not seriously. Here at University of Chicago, Middle East expert Paul Post says it leaves little hope for a quick ending.
I actually don't see a situation right now where there's any type of deal on the table that both Iran and the United States would agree to.
Although the U.S. is on the verge of all-out war in Iran, according to some observers, there can be varying definitions for the term all-out. U of C professor Paul Post and others tonight say if all-out means some limited use of ground troops in strategic locations such as oil refineries, it could happen. If all-out is the use of tactical nuclear weapons, then it's highly unlikely. He says what may be possible to end all this is a shifting of goalposts for the U.S. to say the war is won and call it a victory. We've seen that before with mission accomplished.
Yeah.
That didn't end well either.
We remember that. All right.
Sure do.
Thank you very much.